Following his AEW firing, many have wondered what is the current status of one CM Punk. His name has been coming up ever since his AEW release. There was a rumor that he was going to Impact Wrestling, and now there's an article on Ringside News pertaining to a possible WWE return at the 2024 Royal Rumble. Ringside News is the source. Link will be in the comments section down below. And it's basically detailing that OLGB reports that CM Punk is actually one of the most likely winners of the 2024 Royal Rumble match. It was stated that his exit from AEW put him on the top of the list of the most likely winners. And they basically state CM Punk is a new addition to the bookies list for the 2024 Royal Rumble after being dramatically fired by Tony Khan in AEW early in this month. With odds of a 10-1, Punk is the top 5 favorites to win the Royal Rumble with a rumored return back to WWE. Now, there's been these stories that have come out about CM Punk for so many years doing a WWE return. I've called out a lot of these stories as nothing more than complete and utter bullshit. Just another form of clickbaiting, because the guy's name is still very popular, and there's a lot of people that use CM Punk's name to push stuff out to their audience, and their audience doesn't ever take the time to look at this stuff and realize that a lot of the stuff that's come out has been all made up. It's all crap. I've said repeatedly in previous videos that the one thing that CM Punk could potentially do is stay away from WWE following the bad falling out he had with them, the staph infection. They fired him on his wedding day. They made him work injured. Creatively, there really wasn't much in the line for him on a main event level, and it caused a series of issues to where it led to a falling out. I've said repeatedly that this man proved over and over again that they do not all come running back, that if he took Vince McMahon's blood money, he'd be seen as a sellout. And that hasn't changed. I still think the man is better off without WWE. But let's say in the chance that this ends up being true, what's there for him to do if he does return? No, let's say he doesn't win the Royal Rumble. Let's say after that, what is there for him to do? If anything, if he doesn't win the Royal Rumble, there's not going to be much of a chance of him main eventing WrestleMania. If the rumors are true that we're going to be getting The Rock versus Roman Reigns, that right there should tell you that CM Punk is not coming back for a main event. And from what I understand, the backup plan, if The Rock cannot actually wrestle Roman Reigns, we're going to have Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns another time. Any one of those two things should tell you that there is no chance of CM Punk winning the Royal Rumble and getting a main event spot. None. Another championship. What is it going to mean? You're telling me that they're going to have this guy win the championship off of Roman Reigns after the way that Roman has been built up? You think Roman Reigns, the biggest heel in WWE right now, is going to drop the belt willingly to a man that has badmouthed the business, trashed WWE? He's taken shots at WWE superstars. He's been in trouble in AEW. He had a falling out with WWE. Do you really think the tribal chief is going to willingly lose to this guy? Not to mention the guy's been in trouble in 2 wrestling companies. WWE, AEW, he's been in trouble. There's no evidence that they're even going to consider bringing him back after the AEW crap that happened that got him fired. Do you think Triple H and Vince McMahon are going to be that stupid to bring this man back, knowing that he could be at a very high risk to get himself in trouble again? No. The guy either should go to Impact Wrestling, go to Japan, or just retire from the business. Too much bad blood between him and WWE has happened. I really don't see him returning. There's nothing for him to do in WWE from a reassuring standpoint that this guy is going to be on a main event level again. All these guys in the locker room that have been busting their butts for a WrestleMania spot that have never gotten them, they're not going to be willingly putting aside their anger when they find out that somebody that left the company several years ago is getting bumped ahead of them for a main event spot. That does not that's not something that's going to sit well when it comes to the superstar's morale. And while I'm on the subject of this, if he does come back, how do we know Vince McMahon and Triple H are not going to punish him for the way he left? You remember how it is that when he walked out and they were trying their hardest to get a hold of him and he wasn't picking the phone up and talking to them? But wait, I thought they all come running back. I thought WWE is the only place Punk could make a living to get by in life. Forget the fact that AEW hired him and paid him a lot of money. Forget that there's Impact Wrestling, there's Japan, there's all these other companies. Yeah, but we're led to believe that WWE is the only way he can make a living. According to the people that use his name for views and puts returns in the title to trick their audience into believing that this guy is coming back. Right. Tell me again why it is that we should even have this man return. And don't give me the typical fanboy response. Oh, he's the best in the world. Yeah, he's the best at walking out, the best at getting into trouble. The guy's not the best wrestler ever. I mean, he's okay, but he's not the best ever. The greatest wrestler of all time is Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle, not CM Punk. And by the way, because I know people are not going to research, they're not going to make the attempt to go on Ringside News, they're not going to go to Wrestling Inc., they're not going to do anything. They're just going to blindly see a video on some channel. Oh, he's coming back. No, he's not coming back. And if he did come back, the biggest thing that would go against him after all he has said about WWE, he'd be seen as a sellout. These reasons alone are why CM Punk should stay away from WWE. Nobody in that locker room, from what I understand, wants him back. In fact, there was an article not that long ago from the dirt sheets that many within WWE did not want him back. Let's say he does come back, win the Rumble, beats Roman Reigns. How do you know he's going to stay out of trouble? Do you think his wife, AJ Lee, is going to want him to put his body on the line in a company that basically had gotten him harmed? She's not going to want to see that. Nobody wants to see that. And plus, the guy, believe it or not, he's getting up there in age to where I don't think he can work a full-time schedule for very much longer. I honestly think the guy needs to stay away from WWE and focus on either going to another company, pursue another venture, or just retire altogether and spend the rest of his life with his wife. Anyone in that WWE locker room that's never had a main event spot would be a much better choice than CM Punk. I've said before and I'll say it again, WWE needs to build for tomorrow. They can't keep bringing back the past. That is why I oppose the Roman Reigns versus The Rock. That's why I've been against past part-timers coming back for main event spots, because they neglect the locker room. And that's exactly what would be the case here. If he ever did come back and get a main event spot, that's going to anger a whole locker room full of people. And that is something WWE needs to avoid. There are too many complications in place, too many things that can go wrong, and it's not going to work. And that is something that I think people need to remember. They all don't come running back to WWE. And there's too much trouble for the man waiting for him if he did go back. No good can come from this. And that's really where it will be. So when you hear all these channels titling their videos the wrong way, taking advantage of a stupid wrestling community that obviously do not know better to do research, kindly tell those people that in the end, it pays off to be real and be legit and not fake. with reporting news and rumors, because when you're faking, you got to push fake news and you got to mislead your audience. Then you're just proving that you don't have any respect for wrestling. And that's the truth. Didn't mean to go into a really big rant here. That was never part of the intent with this video. But I will say the 2024 Royal Rumble will be like the previous ones. We'll start hearing the CM Punk bullshit. Oh my God, he's coming back. He's returning. And then the event will happen and he won't appear. It's time for people to get a brain, get a clue. But we'll have to wait and see. I really don't care really where this is going to go. I've already said everything and I've had to say. But tell me what you think, guys, in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.